My name is Ricky Evans, and my speech is about the need for criminal justice reform. From the start of this country, through the wrong teaching of slavery, Reconstruction, Jim Crow segregation, and into the modern day, the judicial system has been built into a double edged sword, one that promises justice while preaching bias deeply rooted in historical inequities against us African American people. Imagine a house, solid and imposing, built on a foundation meant to withstand the test of time. The facet proudly proclaims equality, justice, and fairness for all. But beneath its sturdy structure lies a history woven with threads of injustice, a house that promised shelter to all, yet for generations left certain occupants out in the cold. As an African American male, people I've seen enough black people be abused and mistreated by the system that I personally know that this is how I know it is time for a change. Sorry. I have researched credible news websites and read many articles about this topic. Today, I'm trying to persuade people that we need a criminal justice reform. This system is built against all minorities, but specifically against African Americans. I want everyone to see how the system is oppressed against us and how they have been able to get away with it for so long. We will discuss how this system is built against African American people, what the system is doing to the African American people, and finally, how we can fix it. First, I will discuss how the system is built against African American people. Racial profiling and policing practices. African Americans are being specially picked by America's finest police by law enforcement, leading to higher rates of stops, searches, and arrests. Studies have shown that they are more likely to be stopped and searched even when beside white people, despite similar rates of contraband possession. Unequal treatment in courts. African Americans often face disparities in their treatment inside of the court system. This includes racially motivated jury selectors, doing more time for similar crimes compared to the other white convicted people, and a higher chance of being falsely accused and arrested. Mass incarceration and sentencing disparities. African Americans make up a significantly larger percentage of the incarcerated population compared to their representation in the general population. Mandatory minimum sentences and sentencing disparities for drug offenses have contributed to this disproportionate imprisonment. Next, I will talk about what the system is doing to African Americans. This African American people being taken away has an economic impact. Incarceration can create significant economic hardships for individuals and their families. Upon release, formerly incarcerated individuals often face difficulties finding employment due to stigma and discrimination. This lack of stable employment excuse me, opportunities contributes to financial instability, perpetrating a cycle of poverty within African American communities, and it has a problem with political disenfranchisement. In some states, individuals with felony convictions lose their right to vote, impacting their political participation and representation to the democratic process. This proportionately affects African Americans, limiting their ability to influence policies and directly affect their lives. And it has a community disruption. The high rates of incarceration within African American communities can lead to a loss of social cohesion and community trust. This erosion of community bonds can affect the overall well being and social fabric of these neighborhoods. Lastly, how can we fix the corrupted system? We can fix it by addressing racial bias and training. Implement comprehensive anti-bias training for law enforcement, judges, lawyers, and other legal professionals. This training should focus on recognizing and mitigating implicit biases, and affect decision making within the system. Next, reforming policing practices. Encourage community oriented policing, promote de escalation tactics, and enhance transparency and accountability within law enforcement agencies. Implement policies and discourage racial profiling and ensure fair treatment during stops, searches, arrests, and sentencing reform. Eliminate mandatory minimum sentences that disproportionately impact African Americans. Implement sentencing guidelines that take into account mitigating factors that provide alternatives to incarceration, such as diversion programs or community service for nonviolent offenses. I have officially informed you on why we need a criminal justice reform and how the current systems affect African Americans. We just discussed how the system is built against African American people, what this system is doing to the African American people, and finally how we can fix it. Remember, this system is to protect all. Help us make it for everyone. Thank you.